Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The wrestling continues. We're about to get ready for Saturday night's main event. I understand that All In's still going on, to probably no one's surprise. And we are waiting for Saturday night's main event to begin. But yeah, All In's still going. I believe there's a match or two left. Mercedes lost. Well, there you go. I don't quite understand that decision, but then again, I don't watch AEW all that much, so maybe it made sense. I did see the clip of Adam Copeland returning because it's one of my favorite wrestling tropes to laugh at, which is when a babyface shows up to save another babyface who's getting beat up. And they still do all of their entrance shtick. So the heels just have to wait and not actually beat down the guy any further. I remember Jeff Hardy doing that once. Rhea Ripley did that once. And Adam Copeland, the latest to do it, has to get his entrance posing in, you know? But yeah, a lengthy show, no doubt. So we're probably looking at, I'm guessing, 2.5 hours with commercials tonight. But we should be starting any minute now. So let's see what we got for tonight. Curious who the first match is. I'm wondering if they do any additional segments, being that there's only 4 matches tonight. And one of them is a Goldberg match, which I would assume is not going to go on for a long time. Hello, Dossie. Welcome back. Hope your afternoon and evening has been rewarding. I'm having myself a little cookie before the show starts. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I haven't paid close attention to who's in these constellations, but I think I saw Big E in there this time. I did predict Goldberg to win, but I absolutely do not want him to win. All right. Let's listen. Yes, sir. Dossie, chop that like button like Gunther needs to chop Goldberg. Let's see if we get those entrance videos of people arriving at the arena. We can see who's popping for who tonight. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Beyonce is across the street. So this is wild. There is Seth Rollins. Big pop for Seth Rollins and his crew. LA Knight is here, and I would say a louder ovation for LA Knight. Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul here walking together. Loud ovation for Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. There we go. Okay. Solo Sikoa here. Walking through the metal detector is a funny bit. Oh, Sophie, we're going to have lots of commercials, I believe. There's Jimmy Uso. And there is Gunther. So wait till they show Goldberg getting here. Oh, they don't have footage of Goldberg actually like arriving to the building. Jesse calling the Goldberg match would be crazy. I feel like it's going to be a Randy Orton Drew match, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. It is wrestling time, Justin. Welcome back. Roddy Piper. I remember Shawn Michaels winning the Intercontinental title over the Bulldog. I saw that episode. I was watching that one live. Let's see who gets the screenshots honors. We got the obsession theme. Man, I love that for this show so much. I wonder who will have. I show it Io and Rhea and Jade too. Because Jey Uso got it last time. I wonder if Goldberg gets it this time. Yeah, let's see. I did see Cope return, Justin. Before you hopped on, I said I always get a joke. I get a kick out of good guys showing up. Yeah, Goldberg gets the honors, that little still shot at the end of the opening credits. I always get a kick out of baby faces who make their comeback and still have to do their like little entrance dances and stuff before they come and actually help in the middle of a beatdown. I remember when Jeff Hardy showed up to help out Matt in AEW, that happened. And Rhea Ripley did that once in NXT too, when she was trying to help out Bianca Belair. I always get a kick. It just makes me laugh. Like, I think it's silly and I think it's dumb, but like, it's the kind of dumb that I'm like, I can't believe they didn't think about this. And I'm like, why you were just going to let somebody keep getting beat up so I can pose to the crowd before I get to the ring. It always makes me laugh. All right, Jesse bringing actual analysis into this. Obviously, saying Goldberg's got to win fast and he's going to win. Don't fall far from the tree. McIntyre and him are in for a war. Why do you think I wore my war? Okay. Jesse obviously putting over Randy Orton as well. Love that. All right, we got Michael Cole and Wade Barrett. I assume that makes sense because Corey was on NXT earlier today, and Pat is still on hiatus. But I like Cole and Barrett as a combo. Somebody doing an actual bushwhacker dance in the background. That's wild. That guy has not been into a wrestling show in a long time. All right, so we're kicking off. We're going to get that jelly roll stuff out the way. First match of the night, Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. And Jelly Roll's right there next to Randy. Just out here vibing with Randy Orton. Can't say I wouldn't, I can't say I blame him. All right, so drop your predictions in the comments for who you got for Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. Honestly, I can't remember who I picked. Let me check on that real quick. So I picked Drew McIntyre Now, granted, that was before they announced Jelly Roll would be with Randy Orton. But also, A has gone with predicting Drew, and B is picking Randy. So we'll see. Somebody will get this match right. Yeah, I'm a little surprised they opened with this match too, Sophie. I thought out of the 4 matches, this one would have been second or third. I really thought LA Knight and Seth Rollins would open the show. But, what do I know? So, Randy, 09 Orton versus everyone. Randy stopped to give props to that sign. That's great. I love how Jelly Roll is just mimicking what Randy Orton's doing. He's like, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to stand here and do what you would do. Yeah, Jimmy and Solo wouldn't have been a bad opener either, Sophie. Okay, so tonight, no ads on the ring mat, just the logo of Saturday night's main event. And, of course, the red, white, and blue ropes, which they do typically for Saturday night's main event as it is. So, oh, no, I take it back. It's not a Saturday night's main event logo. It's an ad for the Naked Gun movie. I saw it from a wide shot, and I thought it said main event, but it says Naked Gun. The Liam Neeson reboot of the Naked Gun series, which the old Leslie Nielsen ones with O.J. Simpson and stuff, those were hilarious. I mean, I'm curious how the new Naked Gun will be. There's part of me that wants to see it, and part of me that feels like I'm probably just going to be disappointed. So I don't know. I don't know what'll come from it. Crowd's just hype for Randy, and Jelly Roll is just being a hype man to keep people hyping up Randy. It's a packed house. Jelly Roll just singing along, bro. I can't fault him for that, man. Voices has picked up a lot of popularity in the past year or two, and I think we can thank Lyon France for that. They were the first crowd who really brought that song to life as a crowd. Crowd's hot though. Randy just taking his sweet time too, just posing at every corner. All right, here we go. Now it's McIntyre time. We'll see if Logan Paul does come out and accompany Drew McIntyre to the ring. Yeah, I think it may end up being funny. Yep, Logan Paul is here. You know what's wild is that I always thought Logan was kind of tall, for a celebrity wrestler, but then you see him next to Drew McIntyre, and Drew makes him look small. Yeah, All In, I can't imagine being on for the duration of Saturday night's main event. That would be insanity. That poor crowd, man. They've been locked in that building, with the show going, the pre-show going since 6 hours at this point, I think. It's just crazy. All right, so we're getting a replay of last night on SmackDown where oh gosh. Okay. So we continue here. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought the reaction, not the reaction. I thought the segment last night was fine. Thought it was pretty good. I thought Logan Paul's perspective as a heel was pretty funny. Pretending like he's a wrestler who's done all the work, like one of the boys, and treating Jelly Roll like an outsider, just, all this. So it's pretty funny. I saw that the Omega Okada match just finished, or at least somewhat recently, and Okada walks away with the win over Omega. All right. Bell is rung. Here we go. Drew and Randy. Loud Randy chants. Man, they wrestled one-on-one in 2011. Okay. Man, clothesline to Drew over the top rope. Randy coming outside. I legit thought for a second that they were about to go to commercial. That doesn't surprise me, Sophie. I know some of the family from the coalition is in the Georgia area. Wow. Okay, so we're at an ad break already. We're 14 minutes into the show. 14 minutes into the show, and maybe 2 to 3 minutes into the match. So there we are. 4 matches tonight. First one underway, Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre. And then we're getting U.S. title match, Solo Sikoa defending against Jimmy Uso. And then Goldberg and Gunther, obviously, in the main event. But not before we get LA Knight versus Seth Rollins. So a tight four match show. Curious. Maybe it's going to be a 2-hour show with there only being 4. So, yeah. We shall see. Okay. Okay. So, how is everybody doing this afternoon? What match are you most interested in? I got to say, just from a pure story standpoint, I'm really curious what they're going to do with Goldberg and Gunther. If he's going to end up being the champion. And I got to say, I wonder, it's funny that Saturday night's main event and All In are happening here at the same time because, like I alluded to earlier, All In, so long, so many matches, so much content. And yet, and some of the matches I know are going to be phenomenal and some whatever. But, and then on the other hand, you got Saturday night's main event, which is like this also big event here. Only 4 matches, and they're going to be stretching this 4 matches out over a couple of hours. And, with the ads and all this stuff, we're still in our first ad break right now. I hope these matches deliver. I just say that. And we are back now with Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre going at it. State Farm Arena, which I've been here multiple times for different shows. It's great. Great venue. And had some great memories as well. Drews, and what happened to you, Randy? Hey, Teflon Don, so good to have you here, man. You're here right on time. Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre is the first match. They pretty much just got started. We've had one commercial break. And we're in the thick of the match. Jelly Roll is in Randy's corner, and Logan Paul is in Drew's corner. Drew anticipated Randy's power slam and then hits him with the Glasgow kiss instead. But yeah, welcome, Teflon Don. You are always welcome here. Glad you could join us. Hope tonight's show is worth it. All right, Randy hits the power slam there. Randy cutting a lot of side eye in the ring. Doing a lot of this. All right. Drops a back suplex on that announce table. All that weight from Drew, and the table's not doing nothing. It's just unmovable. Randy's going to go for a third. Oh, my gosh. 3 suplexes onto the announce table. Now Randy stalking Logan Paul. Logan's getting closer to Jelly Roll, may not realize it. Oh, man, Drew's back with a shot to the throat. All right, Randy signaling for the DDT, the draping rope DDT, and nails it. Oh, looks like green shirt guy is back in his normal spot. All right, Randy going to that place, trying to size him up for the RKO. Logan Paul now on the apron. Randy lunges at him. Logan drops, but now he's in prime position for Claymore. Drew drops him with a Claymore. 1, 2. Up. Randy's got his foot on the rope. Drew did not have the ring awareness for that. So, for recognizing Randy was in position to put his foot on the rope. Oh, now Logan Paul and Jelly Roll having a face-to-face meeting out here by the announce table. Logan shoves Jelly Roll. Jelly standing there thinking about it. Eats another shove from Logan Paul. Jelly Roll says one more time. Logan pushes him again. And now Jelly Roll shoves him back. And Logan sells for him. Logan hits the ground. 3 shoves from Logan Paul does nothing to Jelly Roll, but 1 shove from Jelly Roll sends Logan Paul to the ground. Now Drew talking trash to Jelly Roll, saying, "You want to fight? Come in here and fight me." No problem, Sophie. Do what we can. I thought we just had somebody with a communication problem, but it turns out they were a bot. So. Randy Orton with the RKO out of nowhere as he does. 1, 2. That's going to be that. Orton with the dub. Oh, man. I should have changed my pick when I did. Once I knew Jelly Roll was going to be there. Really should have done something. 0-1 for me. Oh, man. I even said in the chat last night I was thinking I was going to pick Drew. But, I was thinking I was going to change to Randy after Jelly Roll teamed up with him. But, oh, now Logan's in the ring and drops Randy with a right hand. Multiple right hands on Randy. It doesn't look great. Jelly Roll just standing there watching him get mugged. All right, Jelly Roll getting into the ring. Somebody in the crowd is very, very excited about Jelly Roll. He's like literally jumping up and down. Oh, he picks up Logan and throws him down again. There's a sign that says, "Use your words." Okay. Well, Jelly Roll throws hands on Logan Paul and knocks him down, and he bails out of the ring. There you go. There's your moment. All right, Jelly Roll. Oh! Drew McIntyre just hit Jelly Roll with a Claymore. He got dropped. Oh, man. Drew just rocked Jelly Roll's jelly. Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis are red-faced screaming at Drew McIntyre for that. But that was amazing. Well, Jelly Roll is out like a light. Oh, man, that Claymore connected, dude. That was great. Love that. And Orton, of course, wasn't really conscious for it. He was still laid out from the Logan Paul beatdown. But, man, Jelly Roll just got rocked by Drew McIntyre. So, all right. Randy does win the match, but loses the after-match beatdown. He loses the fifth quarter, so to speak. All right, and there we go. Another commercial break. Okay, so we got one match down, 3 to go. We're not even 30 minutes in, and we've got one match out of the way. So, all right. Yeah. So, what'd you guys think of that segment? What'd you think of Jelly Roll and his in-ring interactions there with Logan Paul and with Drew McIntyre? What are your thoughts? Very curious about how that went. So, I guess AEW's always got timing issues. What do you mean, Sophie? Are they because they're still going? I am going to check in on them now and see what we got. Okay. Did your streaming expire when you least expected? Save the day by using the Bank of America customized cash rewards card. I know. I was not expecting him to take the Claymore. I thought the segment was pretty much all over after he was, trying to console Randy. And I thought we were going to move on from there. So I was shocked by that development. I thought Drew gave him a solid one there. And then now, the props to Jelly Roll for taking that Claymore. It was pretty wild. Okay.
Yours is weird. It's Walmart prices. It's gonna be very good.
Yeah, All In is gonna be a crazy long show. I just do not Oh my gosh. So there we are. Waiting for the show to come back. Oh goodness. Well, and to no one's surprise, it looks like Moxley is bleeding buckets. One thing that I don't particularly care for, I think there's a lot of reasons I don't watch AEW, and timing is really most of it, but I'm just not super into like the frequency of deathmatchy kind of stuff, particularly Moxley saying like, I always got to get stabbed in the head or stabbed in the back. And like, I don't know, I don't mind some rough violence. I just like it to mean something. And the more often you do it, the less it means. So I honestly enjoy a little more of scarcity in that kind of stuff. It means more. 2K commercial. $40% off right now if you don't have it yet. And all right, we back. All right, we're getting a recap of Jelly Roll's interference. Well, I wouldn't call it interference, but his showdown with Logan Paul ringside during the Randy Orton-Drew McIntyre match. And as a result of that distraction, Randy hits the RKO on Drew right in the middle of the ring, gets the win, 1, 2, 3. But after that, Logan Paul gets his revenge and knocks out Randy Orton. Jelly Roll, consoling Randy Orton, unbeknownst to him, then eats. Honestly, a pretty take. So there we go. Hello, everybody. Why are coming after me? But yeah, Drew hits that Claymore hard on Jelly Roll. All right, now what we got next? Drew and Logan backstage talking to the GMs. Just lots of screaming. The Laverne fan. Oh, so fans got a seat upgrade. How nice. From there. He said, if Goldberg beats Gunther, that B should hit A. Oh my gosh. Well, I see Diamond Dallas Page behind the announce table. Not sure who's that sitting next to him, but it's someone. There's Io Sky. Big pop for Io Sky. Listen to that. The women's champion. Rhea Ripley also here. And large ovation for Rhea Ripley as well. Who else is here? Jade Cargill here somewhere as well. Okay. Good ovation for Jade. Not as big as either of the two women before her, but oh, there's Naomi. There's Naomi. Naomi said, I will be stalking you forever. Naomi throwing hands on Jade immediately and throwing her over the barricade. Is this? Wait, no, their match is tomorrow. I was about to say. But, man, Naomi's not done with her, man. She is coming after her every chance she gets. I respect it. Oh, well, Jade catches her, and now Jade's on the offensive. It's pretty wild. Oh, gosh. Naomi thrown over the announce table, and Jade's still trying to go after her, but all the agents and producers trying to hold Jade back now at this point. Okay. Let them fight, Chance. Oh, Naomi on top of the announce table dives off, and she takes out Jade and everybody. Man, this is more exciting than Drew and Randy. Man, we're just 24 hours away from this being a legit match here. Jade now in the ring. Naomi standing on the announce table again. Who's talking? Nick Aldis. We have an arrangement. Hold on. We got an announcement. Oh, there's going to be a special referee. There's a special referee tomorrow. Who is it? Bianca. Bianca's back, y'all. She's going to be the special referee for the No Holds Barred match tomorrow. Well, that makes it very interesting. I don't know if I need to change my vote now. Massive, massive pop for Bianca, by the way. She still got her finger wrapped up. But I'm telling you, man, Atlanta exploded for the EST. Interesting. Well, now I'm very interested in how that's going to go. Teflon Don, 100%. I don't know where he gets that coin. Okay, this is who I said I didn't know. Doug Dillinger. Oh, yeah. Head of WCW security, Doug Dillinger. I can't believe he's still rocking. That's awesome. DDP is also here. You're absolutely right, Teflon Don. The green shirt guy. The story I hear is that he is related to someone who works there, so he gets first dibs on tickets. That's the story I've heard. But I don't know what the story is, because for him to get the same seats so consistently, I don't know, man. He can't have that. Who's got that kind of money? Like, he must live in a trailer and eat ramen noodles all day and just save his stuff, save all his money for WWE tickets, because he don't buy merch either. Well, he doesn't wear merch, so we'll see. I believe that this is his word, quote, "Fine has one more night left in it to recreate the magic of many years ago." Goldberg says he's got one more night in him, huh? All right, here comes the Goldberg video package. Whew, well, there's a surprise. We will get Bianca. Yeah, we'll get Bianca tomorrow. Like, that makes me feel like Jade would win unless she turns heel and aligns with Naomi, you know? But now that Naomi's got the Money in the Bank briefcase, why would Bianca turn heel is what I want to know, because she would want to be champion too. So, I don't know. I do think it could be a situation where when we watched, it could be, maybe Naomi and Jade each take turns accidentally taking shots at Bianca, not meaning to. I think that's a possibility, but we'll see. Bianca could have entered the Battle Royal. Well, if you notice, she wasn't dressed in her ring gear, and her finger was still taped up, and she'd had a broken finger. They kept her out. Okay, here comes Jimmy Uso. Now it's time for the U.S. title match. Yeah, Jade looked more like she had Bianca on her side. We didn't really see much of Naomi's face. All right, Jimmy Uso versus Solo Sikoa. It would shock me if Jimmy walks out with the U.S. Championship. I just don't believe it. I think they're just getting started with Solo in his group, so we'll see. Yep. Second time Bianca's a ref. She was a ref for Io and Rhea one match. Sorry, everybody. It's been a long day. I did not see Dustin win the TNT title. I did hear about it, and I was surprised because with that lineup, Kyle Fletcher, Sammy Guevara, and Daniel Garcia, I wouldn't have picked Dustin to have won that match. But, yeah, I'm checking in on All In now to see if anything is there. Any updates? Okay. Okay. Fantastic Four coming out in a couple of weeks. Okay. So you're calling Jimmy, Justin. Okay. Respect. Okay.
Sorry.
I still picked Solo to win this one. We're still on commercial break here with Saturday night's main event. And then we've got LA Knight and Seth Rollins still, and then we've obviously got Goldberg and Gunther closing out the night. So we'll see what comes, but good surprise there. Big surprise there with Bianca's return. Hopefully she'll be ready to go sometime soon, and that wasn't just like a referee spot. Sophie, yeah, I'm sure whatever it is, I would assume Rikishi would tell us at the beginning of the week, but at the same time, Rikishi only seems to make headlines when he's complaining about Jay. So he'd be like, I can't believe Jay wasn't on Saturday night's main event after all the bloodline is done for everybody in the world. We're one of the founding fathers of this country. No, I mean, just all kinds of stuff. So, oh, goodness. All righty. Seriously, though, that seems to be the case. Or maybe it's just because he was the first world champion. I don't know. But, yeah, Jay has definitely got the favor of Rikishi, though.
When I think about how I divide my time, it's very carefully. I'm out of a professional marketer in Seattle. Thinking about communication can be exhausting. Sometimes you find yourself hitting a wall. And I love AI Compose because you write your intention and automatically this paragraph comes out that you can play with. It is honestly
Looks like All In still going on from what I've seen. Oh, man. Okay, here we go. More podcast ads now that we're back.
Saturday Night Main Event is presented by Jimmy John. By Jimmy John posted sandwiches today.
All right, now we're waiting for Solo Sikoa, the U.S. champion, to enter with his family tree, his MFT. Here it comes. Stepping out. It kind of got that Oma Femi style entrance. I got to admit, I think MFT for Solo, now that he's not trying to call himself a tribal chief anymore, I'm into this. He doesn't have anybody from the family in his group anymore. And now he is kind of the black sheep of the Fatu family. So, like, I can get behind that. And Jimmy did get that roll-up pin on Solo last night on SmackDown. And I'm glad we're not doing All In because I think I would be passing out by the time this is all over. been a long day of wrestling. I'm going to have to get a good night's sleep and make sure I'm nice and energized for you guys tomorrow for Evolution. Because I imagine that's going to be a longer show than either Great American Bash or this Saturday night's main event. It's got more matches, so I'm assuming it will be. We shall see. All right. All right, there's the United States title. Let's see if it's Jimmy or if it's Solo. I mean, it feels close to obvious that it will be Solo, but you know what? We'll see if there is a surprise here to swerve us tonight. We'll see. Do I think Reed? I don't think Reed and Braun get involved in this match. If they get involved at all, I think they get involved against LA Knight. I don't think they're going to mess with Solo Sikoa because they didn't actually do anything to Heyman last night. I mean, they did kind of threaten him, but they didn't do anything. Loud Uso chants. And also, I'm glad that they're chanting Uso and not chanting Yeet, which tells me they're behind Jimmy specifically, which is nice. Because Jimmy deserves to be cheered for who he is, not for who his brother is. Jimmy's only one-on-one title match for a singles title he's ever had. Interesting stat. All right. Jimmy Lowbridge is solo, and out he goes. Jimmy going for the dive. Suicide dive. Clocks him with a shoulder tackle. Jimmy getting up and hopping back in the ring before the MFTs take a shot at him. I like the Yeet chant, Sophie, for Jay. I mean, chanting Yeet at Jimmy is a little disingenuous. I mean, because it's not Jimmy's phrase. So, I mean, yeah. So, be like chanting OTC at Jey Uso. All right. Jimmy coming off. Oh, caught. And, right into a side slam by Solo. Oh, smack by Jimmy. And another kick to the head. Jay tried to jump over maybe for a sunset flip and got clocked by Solo. Salatonga taking shots. Here come the numbers game. As we go to a commercial break. So there we are. How's everybody liking Saturday night's main event so far? What's been your favorite parts thus far? Okay. So it looks like Bryan Danielson has returned at All In, interfering in the match, just serving up kicks for all the Death Riders. Jelly Roll taking a Claymore was great. That and Bianca Belair's return, I think, are my favorite moments so far. Oh, goodness.
If you encounter one, chances are it's fortunately a safer place to be. Head for the mountains of.
Okay. Oh, and Darby Allin is here too. Just catching up on AEW in the commercial break. So we've had returns from both Bryan Danielson and Darby Allin in this match. I swear if Moxley still wins, it's going to be hilarious that they're gassing up all these big returns. Both Danielson and Darby. Then Hangman better win this match is all I got to say. Andrew, hey. Do Solo's new family members, let's get a shot here. Do Solo's new family members also remind you of Wario and Luigi? You know what? I have not considered that, but there's something to it. There's absolutely something to that. 100%. So, excellent call. Oh my gosh. Thanks for dropping in, Andrew, by the way. Leave a like, by the way, before if you're hanging out for a while, I'm happy you're here, brother. And everybody, please smash that like button. Claymore that like button, please, just like Jelly Roll got Claymored earlier today. And we're back. Solo and Jimmy still going after it. But yeah, Tonga and JC definitely got a Wario and Waluigi thing going on for sure. Jimmy and Solo exchanging blows here on the apron. Oh, Jimmy gets smacked back first into the post, but comes back with a super kick. Not gonna lie, I really like Jimmy's shoes. His sneakers are clean. That's great look for Jimmy tonight. He gonna try to German suplex him on the apron, and he's trying to deadlift him. Solo holding the rope though. He got him. Oh my gosh. Nasty landing there for Solo. Jimmy ends up out on the floor. They're definitely going for it out here. Okay. All right, here comes Jimmy on the top. What can he do? Oh, crossbody. Drop Solo on the ground. Just a 2 count. A close one. Crowd is there for it too. They're solidly behind Jimmy. So we'll see what we've got here as the match continues. Can he capitalize? Yeah, so we've only got one match down so far. Randy Orton defeating Drew McIntyre. I'm 0-1 in my predictions so far. Sean Swaby, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. And Jimmy charges the corner, hip attack on Solo. Now he's going up top. Going to try to hit another Uso splash. Can he do it? And he got him. Now the ref in position. Just another 2. Solo just I have him by the skin of his teeth, man. We also have an announcement that Bianca Belair is returning and will be the special referee for Jade and Naomi's No Holds Barred match tomorrow at Evolution. We saw Logan Paul knock out Randy Orton. We saw Jelly Roll throw out Logan Paul. We saw Drew McIntyre Claymore Jelly Roll, all after the match of that opening contest. Oh, man. Running. I think he was going for a spear, but he got kicked in the head. And now, Solo running Jimmy into the corner before hitting him with that sort of side suplex. I forget what it's called. It's not an STO. Going for that spike, but misses. Swing and a miss. Caught with a super kick and another super kick from Jimmy. Jimmy pointing at the corner. He's crawling. Crawling to the turnbuckle. Taking his time, climbing up. Going to go for a third Uso splash. And now Solo is finally bailed and gotten to the outside. He is surrounded by JC and Tonga, excuse me. Oh, my gosh. Corkscrew splash off the top. Takes all three of them out like bowling pins. Sean, it is a PH. Steven with a PH. That's how I spell my name. Thanks for asking. Man, okay. Jimmy slowly getting up and trying to get Solo back in the ring. Her count's up at 7. Tala goes for another boot, but this time he eats it. He eats a super kick from Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy. Jimmy with another kick to Tala. But now, Solo rolling him up. And Solo escapes with the win. Much like last night, Solo takes advantage of the confusion and rolls up Jimmy instead of the other way around. And Tala uses his boot to give Solo leverage to win the match. And now Tala in the ring with Solo. Solo giving him the nod to continue to pick apart Jimmy Uso. And the MFT's now laying the beat down on Jimmy. You got to wonder, is there anybody, a werewolf perhaps, here to help Jimmy Uso? All right, they're about to hold Jimmy up to get a Samoan spike. And he gets it. And, it's a full moon in Atlanta. Here comes the Samoan werewolf. Now he's out of the he's healed up from that table spot. Got that shiesty on, takes it off, and now Fatu is here. And there's Tonga and JC. Both of them coming to get hands from Jacob Fatu. Man, hip attacks for both. Here comes Tala Tonga. Jacob stops, and here's about to stare down Tala Tonga, and he wants some. He don't look scared at all. Now Solo is behind him outside the ring. He does make Jacob look small, Tala does. But Jacob ain't afraid. He says, you know what? Let's do this. I'm going to throw some hands. Here we go. Man. Yep. Man, suicide dive from Jacob takes them all out. And the crowd is hyped for Jacob Fatu. Tala's a big dude, but Jacob got a little cero miedo in him, a little no fear. All gas, no brakes, like he says. So Jimmy still catches a beat down, but Jacob still shows up to stake his claim on Solo Sikoa. Okay. Okay, well, the long national nightmare is over in AEW, and Jon Moxley has lost the title to Hangman Page. Okay. And yeah, Hangman literally hung Moxley over the rope with a chain. Okay. Again, the main event is Goldberg and Gunther. Okay. We're getting a recap of the Jelly Roll incident. Drew McIntyre straight up claymoring. Coming up in an interview with Randy Orton and Jelly Roll? Really? Okay. Okay. I love that the NBA NBC music is back. Trading. Okay, so 2 matches down and 2 to go. So we'll have an interview with Randy Orton and Jelly Roll coming up next, or at least coming up in the show. Also going to have LA Knight and Seth Rollins, and Goldberg and Gunther are 2 big matches for tonight. So we'll see where that brings us and where we get from there. So, okay. Okay. There's a tequila commercial, and that's not the Rock's tequila. I'll tell you that. Oh. Okay. All right. How's everybody doing so far? Everybody enjoying the show so far? Okay. Visit your local store to start saving now. Consumer Reports ranks car brands on more than 50 road traffics. Reliability surveys, owner satisfaction surveys, and safety ratings from IIHF. And for 2025, Consumer Reports' most reliable automotive brand. Man, you know what? The commercial breaks on Saturday night's main event are no joke. And I got to wonder at this point if it's worth it, unless it's really must-see TV, to just turn my phone off for future interactions and just watch it afterwards once all the commercials are taken out. I remember when I was away for my anniversary, I think the last Saturday night's main event, and I wasn't there with you guys. And what I ended up doing was just watching it later that night, and it was so much better. It was easy to get through the since there were no ads. You know, it was like an hour and a half of just programming, so not bad. Oh man. Okay. SummerSlam coming up in a few weeks as well. J.R. Dugan, how are you, sir? Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, we're probably about 3 weeks slam, 4 weeks. Jelly Roll got toasted. Wow. That's wild. Man, so yeah, I gotta say the booking for Saturday night's main event shows is always a little stilted, like I said, because of the ads. Yeah, it's like a shorter episode of Raw, more ads, and a little less development. But it seems as though, you know, Saturday night's main event in general is always just kind of an appetizer for the public, more than the people who watch the show every week. So that's just kind of a thing that we get. All right, here's Orton and Jelly Roll backstage. Kathy Kelly is here.
My man I should never had him out there with Drew and even Logan out there. That was just a bad call on my part. I apologize. No. Can't do it. I'm a raw man. Man, they've been praying for you. They think I'm soft. I'm not ready. I want both. Anywhere, anytime.
Okay, so that's pretty much what we're going to get, what we were predicting here. Randy and Jelly Roll probably versus Drew and Logan at SummerSlam. Hey, it's the Steiners, one of my favorite tag team champions of all time. And that's both of them. Yeah. Steiner brothers in the house. Yeah. Whoever that's sitting next to Rick Steiner is a big fan of the Steiners. So respect there. You and me both, brother. All right, we're getting into it. Third match right now. Here comes Seth Rollins, along with Paul Heyman and a sing-along crowd. Okay. So, Seth Rollins versus LA Knight. I've gone out on a limb here and picked LA Knight in hopes that there's some backfired interference might end up blowing up in Seth Rollins' face. We'll see what happens. Seth has finally gotten the black on black memo, by the way. So kind of love to see him in unison with his two guys. 7 or 8 hours, Sophie, that's a whole day of work, man. That is a whole day of work. That's crazy talk. About 7 hours, yeah. All right, let's. Crowd is here for LA Knight. You're calling for LA Knight, Justin. I hope you're right, my friend. I hope we get to see Penta or Jey Uso or CM Punk, any of them, to come in and throw a little something at Seth Rollins. Loud yes from Atlanta. Now, LA Knight did catch a beatdown last night on SmackDown. He caught the spear in the tsunami. I don't think he's taped up. So we'll see what happens here. Yeah. All right, here we go. I think we'll be in for a good match here. All right. Trading blows here, LA Knight and Seth Rollins. Texas is ahead of me. So I'm on the West Coast. So Texas is 2 hours ahead of me, I believe. LA Knight trying to end things early. Knows that he's probably sore from the night before. Sort of a baseball slide through the bottom rope from LA Knight. Drops Seth Rollins. Plenty of yeah chance from Atlanta. Okay. LA Knight standing on the announce table. He's got a shot. Clothesline off the top of the announce table onto Seth Rollins. Lillian Garcia sitting in the background. All right. And another ad break. So here we are. Okay, so we're almost at Evolution tomorrow. Let's drop your opinions in the chat. What match are you most looking forward to tomorrow at Evolution? Is it Rhea and Io? Is it now Jade and Naomi now that Bianca has been named special referee? Is it possibly Jordan and JC for the chance that JC might drop the NXT title? Or is it the Battle Royal? Let me know.
The choice is yours. The choice with McValue is always yours. Get more than you expect when you McValue at McDonald's.
Consumer Reports was named the 2025 most reliable automotive brand. Subaru. It's no surprise they also named Subaru the best overall automotive brand. Two special releases on a new Subaru Outback for a limited time.
Lots of men have trouble performing their best data. For some guys, it's issues getting hard. For others, it's issues.
Okay.
Either way, HIMS can help. At forhims.com, you can get clinically proven treatments from licensed medical providers, all from the comfort of home with a 100% online process. Free free shipping, it's never been easier to get hard, stay hard, and last longer. Get started today with free online consultation at forhims.com.
You went back and watched that Jade Naomi segment, which kudos to you, Teflon Don. Good call. You should have. And I can say this: Bianca is a very beautiful woman. Montez, yeah. I think what does the phrase go? online. Can Montez fight? Yes, he absolutely can. He absolutely can. And as Montez says, every day of the year, I know how he feels because I'm married to a beautiful woman as well. Hit tweet, God is good every single day. Justin, you're looking forward to the women's tag title and the NXT women's title. Yeah, the women's tag title, I didn't mention that one, but that one has the potential to steal the show. I think that could, if they let those ladies work, I think it would be a lot of fun.
Keep you in the game. We always source our water directly from the natural spring to fuel everybody, no matter how you like to move it.
Oh, man.
So whether you're chasing your goals or just staying active this summer, make sure to stay hydrated. Always bottle.
Okay.
Spring source.
Welcome to the new school year, parents.
This has a back.
Think you can only roll in one tip. And don't forget about the stuff not on small marks back home. I knew.
You know, Justin, if Sol Ruca ends up holding 3 belts, I think that would be wild, even if the speed title is one of them. If it wasn't Raquel and Roxy doing the defending, I think they would be the best candidates to be champions because they could take them to NXT. Sol Ruca would just have to do a lot of work, though, being North American champion and a tag champion. But I would rather, I've said this like I'm beating a dead horse, I would much rather the women's tag titles be on NXT than anywhere else. But they're telling a compelling story right now with the Judgment Day. So I have a feeling it may just stay there. All right. LA Knight throwing punches, but he goes a little too hard. Gets picked up on the shoulders of Seth Rollins and dropped into a gut buster right into those bad ribs. Seth going up top. Frog splash. Is that enough? It is not. Only a 2 count. Three Diglets. So good to see you, my friend. Thanks for being here, man. It's good to see you as always. We are working. We've crossed 1,000 hours at Marked by Wrestling. We still have a ways to go to get to our memberships, but we're doing all right. So, anyways, good to see you, my friend. I hope I see you again soon, man, on a Tuesday or something like that, because it's been a while since we've chatted things up. So, thanks for coming in to say hi. Mad love, much appreciated. So it's 3,000 hours to get membership, 4,000 to get like ads in your videos or whatever. So 4,000 is the highest tier. 3,000 they'll let you get super chats and stuff like that. So I'm aiming for 3,000 to at least get that, so you guys can have the option to be members. We can get a super chat championship. We can do all that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping to get there. So that's why I'm going live at the same time as A&B a lot more. Is just trying to get more viewership so I can get there before the year. So it's all good, man. Hey, sometimes in life you gotta step away from the ring, man. You got to step away from the ring and focus on what's important, and I totally get that. So I hope everything is peaceful and productive and fruitful in your life, my friend. So thanks so much for checking in. I do appreciate it. Teflon Don, you said Rumble for me, and not only my Queen to be is in it, my Muscle Bay is in it as well. I'm a happy man. Yeah, that Battle Royal is going to be something else, Teflon Don. Yeah, before the year, man, 3K. I got to hit 3K before the end of the year, pretty much, to get through there. So we'll see if it can be done. I think with continuous live streaming, and I can get some extra videos in there too. Hopefully we'll make it happen. So I appreciate the encouragement so much, though. Absolutely, and we'll try to keep cranking out content for everybody. All right, LA Knight going for a And sorry, a BFT didn't get there. All right. Thank you so much, 3 Diglets, and thank you for the love, my friend. You're always a real one for sure. So you always got a place at Marked by Wrestling. Thanks for dropping by. And Seth Rollins going up top again. This has been a surprisingly clean match. Like Braun and Bronson aren't even out here for this match. And so, the Solo and Jimmy match was definitely a lot more, there was a lot more, kind of circling the wagons here. So we'll see what we got. Let's talk about it, as Trick Williams would say. All right. LA Knight's up on top, but he gets headbutted off. About slips off that top rope too, man. Oh, he's jumping up now. He got back up there. Superplex. Seth going to go for a ride. Let's see what we got. Oh, nope. Nope. Seth is reversing. Are we going to get a buckle bomb? Oh, my gosh. All the way across the ring. Buckle bomb to LA Knight. And he's coming up for the stomp, but he misses. LA Knight deadlift picks him up, but he can't for the ribs. And another kick to the face from Seth Rollins. It does look like Knight's got Jordans on. He got red bottoms, whatever he's gotten, man. We do still got time, Justin. You're right. We're only halfway through the year. So, oh, man, springboard, sort of a swanton, and then into a lion salt. But no, he didn't get it. And Seth Rollins tricked that knee a little bit. Now LA Knight smelling the blood in the water. Going for him. The ref is telling LA Knight to get back. I thought this is just the match. He's talking to Seth. He's talking to Heyman. This isn't good. This is not good at all. Are we about the ref still talking? Like, I totally bought into this at first, but more people are coming out to Seth. Oh, no. Because Seth isn't really selling, like, with his face. He was talking. He had a serious look on his face when he was talking to Heyman. And the ref, oh, man. Oh, this is not good. No. Oh, man. Because who knows what their plans were. Let me tell you right now. If Seth is faking it, okay, well, he just hits him with the BFT right there. Is that going to be 3? Seth is legit hurt. Oh, no. Oh, Seth. Oh, man, buddy. I hope it's not a big deal. Oh, man. Well, I get the prediction, but that's like the least important thing right now. Oh, Seth. Oh, Seth. Y'all, we pray for Seth, man. Like, the Money in the Bank holder right now. I was even curious if maybe he would have cashed in tonight on if Goldberg actually managed to beat Gunther, if you'd cash in on Goldberg, so that way we wouldn't have to deal with a Goldberg title reign. Oh, no. Yeah, no, this is not good. Like, Seth has been like the captain heel. He is number one. He is heel number 1 in WWE right now. And he holds the briefcase. Oh, man, this is bringing back bad Kennedy memories, dude. Mr. Kennedy was the briefcase holder. Oh, and it was the knee. Oh, man. I hope he is selling it worse than it actually is. But they show him. But, yeah, I think he's immediately trying to go out of the ring once he feels it. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, man. Man, Seth, I hope you're doing all right, bro, because knee injuries, especially with Seth, he missed a whole year over a knee injury before, and we have a lot less of Punk. I know his landing seemed so normal. So I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just a scare, and with someone like Seth, sorry, y'all. With someone like Seth, who's had that history, maybe he's just being careful and trying not to be like, oh, I'm just going to tough through it. But Because back in the day, especially in the Vince days, it would be tough through it. I don't care what. But even like CM Punk, for instance, I'm going to mute it for a second so I don't distract myself. Even CM Punk has said in interviews now that Hunter's in charge, and since he came back at least, then that WWE has been much more protective of the talent not getting in their own way or protecting them from themselves. So maybe Seth is just making a wisdom call right now. My hope and my prayer is that it's not really a major thing and that he just made a safety call in that match, because I mean, he is the head of the hottest faction in the company. He's the top heel. Andrew, oh my gosh, that would be the most wicked thing if he actually. So first of all, if he actually is selling, great. I'm so glad that he would be okay. But if he's selling to take a dive for the LA Knight match so he can come back and cash in on Gunther or Goldberg, that is some wicked work right there. And I got to be honest, I don't hate it if that's what it is. But I'm not going to get my hopes up just yet on that being it. I'm going to have to hold my breath until the end of the night and see what we've got. For those who are following along with predictions, you know what? We're going to highlight 3 Diglets here. You know what, Steven? Rollins' face showed concern and not any real pain. That is true. That whole exchange, he never really looked like he was in pain. So there's not 2 best case scenarios. One best case scenario is maybe he is a little bit hurt, but he's not going to be out that long. He could cut promos. Heyman can cut promos for him. He can rehab quickly, and it's not really a big deal. Or he is selling in order to cash in later. So either way, I think we're in a good spot as long as he's okay. At the end of the day, man, you know, we get tied up in all these stories and wrestling and stuff. But I really hope he's legit okay. And listen, this is the other thing, is that it's Saturday night's main event. This is on NBC right now. So, like, can you imagine the cojones, the huevos, the fortitude to use NBC primetime air to sell a fake injury angle? That is wild work right there. That is absolutely wild work. To run that story on Saturday night's main event would be crazy. Does remind me, I think it was a WCW pay-per-view, Fall Brawl, I want to say 95. Sting and Ric Flair were teaming together, which if you already know that Sting and Ric Flair are teaming together, you already know how this story is going to end. They were taking on Arn Anderson and Brian Pillman. Pillman had turned heel at that point. And Ric Flair had been jumped earlier in the night, didn't have his ring gear, like he is beaten up, taken to the hospital. He finally comes out in the match with his clothes torn, again, not in his ring gear. Comes up, it's one of the best wrestling gifts I've seen. He comes up, jumps on the apron, begging. Sting's been getting hammered all to pieces, you know, the whole match, taking on 2 guys. He finally makes the tag to Flair. The entire, building just erupts, you know, and in doing so, Flair comes in the ring, dances around, and then turns around and just jacks Sting right in the face. And it's one of those, like, selling a beating that's not really there in order to turn on somebody. So, you know what? I'm still going to hold my breath till the end of the night, because I'm only believing Seth is okay if he comes to cash in later. And if he doesn't, oh man, we're in a rough spot, ladies and gentlemen. We got to be praying for Seth for sure. Or else at least Seth doesn't have the title yet. At least he's just got the briefcase, you know, and he's supposed to hold that for a year. So maybe, you know, he could just keep it, or they could pivot that briefcase to somebody else. No, not to my knowledge. Seth and Goldberg do not have history together. Seth and Sting had history together. You know, you may remember Sting ended his WWE career in a match with Seth. Seth gave him the buckle bomb, and he had like a stinger, no pun intended, but like a, his neck acted up on him, and he thought he started losing feeling in his extremities. He turned out okay, and obviously had a heck of a run in AEW before he retired. But I don't think Seth and Goldberg have had, if anything, Seth might have a little beef. It was right after Mania 3 Diglets, because Sting fought Triple H at that Mania, and then it was sometime over that summer. I don't remember if it was SummerSlam or if it was like a Night of Champions kind of thing. But I could imagine Seth having some beef with Goldberg, because I do think he was on the periphery of title matches when Goldberg came in one of those times and became Universal Champion, because I think he was aiming for Brock. I think Seth was aiming for Brock, and then they pivoted towards Goldberg Brock. I'm trying to remember. I know Kevin Owens and Bray Wyatt both kind of got the Goldberg shaft at different points in their careers when they were champion. But I do feel like while Seth and Goldberg never really one-on-one had any beef with each other, I do think behind the scenes there was a little bit of, because we're raising Goldberg up, we have to put Seth over here. I'm not 100% on that, but I feel like I remember that being a little something. Who's here? Akbar. Oh, Akbar from Baja Biamila. Sorry, when you see his whole last name smushed together like that, I used to see it hyphenated. There she is. Blake Monroe. Looking like she didn't even wrestle earlier today. Well, she's here. And there's JC Jane. Got her jacket back on. And yeah, we got JC versus Jordan tomorrow. Sophie, that guy I was talking about, he's the host of Ninja Warrior on NBC. I hope Seth is okay, but you imagine somehow Roman had a storyline where he stole the briefcase from Paul. Oh my gosh. Well, see, that's the thing. That's what I'm wondering about right now, is that if Seth is legitimately hurt and they don't know, that they would have to know how long he's going to be out, would they do something different with the briefcase? And I don't even, that's a whole can of worms right there. That's an entire can of worms. But nevertheless, very interested to see what happens. Hopefully Seth is fine, and maybe he just shows up tonight, I think we will have a strong indication by the end of the show what the story was with Seth's injury there. Whether, he was legit, or he was just playing it up. Yeah, Diglets. So they brought her out tonight, and Nick Aldis. So they had a scuffle. They were doing that, so-and-so was standing at ringside. They just did like with Blake Monroe and JC Jane. They did that with Jade Cargill, and Naomi came running out of the crowd and just dropped her. And they had actually a pretty fun pull-apart brawl. And Nick Aldis finally just screamed at them both to stop. And he's like, fine, I was going to wait to announce this, but this is what we're doing. We've got a special guest referee for tomorrow. It's Bianca Belair. And Atlanta exploded for Bianca, too. Okay. Freedom Minute Maid Wingstop brings you Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul at SummerSlam. 2 Chainz here in the crowd. I love it how it's almost clear that 2 Chainz just sitting in the crowd, just like, throwing up hands and stuff. And the guy behind the camera is clearly like, stand up. And he's like, yeah, You're sensing a Bret Undertaker with HBK. That would be crazy work there, Diglets. I do think Bianca's actions are going to be very telling. Okay, we're doing this. We are doing this. No other interview segments, no nothing. We're doing this right now. Main event time. Gunther and Goldberg. Gunther's coming out to the ring now. I really thought we would, I was assuming LA Knight and Seth Rollins were going to have a lengthy match because, well, let's face it, Goldberg doesn't do long matches. So I don't know. So is Jesse on commentary now? Because we have not heard him. All right. Well, leave your predictions in the chat. I picked Goldberg because I thought there was a chance Seth might actually come in and cash in, but now that might be blown all to pieces. I don't know what's going to happen. But my choice was already locked in, so that's what we've got. Wild stuff, man. Okay, so the second half of the show has really woken things up. I mean, I think and here comes the challenger. I do wish Jesse was on commentary because right now he'd be crashing out that the champion entered first. I still remember on my WrestleMania 5 VHS as a child, Randy Savage was coming into WrestleMania as the champion against Hogan, and he was like apoplectic. I'm not going to try to say that word again. I butchered it once already. Is that Ernest the Cat Miller? And is that Hacksaw Jim Duggan? He's got legends instead of security guards. They got Doug Dillinger straight up bringing him out. Oh, my gosh. And that's his son. Ernest the Cat Miller, dog. I haven't seen him in 25 years. 3 times world karate champions. Gage is bigger than he was. Who's up front? Are those other legends? I can't tell because we can't see their face. Okay. That's a trip. Man, Gage is big now, dude. It's hobbling time. Dawsey. Come on, dog. All right. Now all this guys, he's getting hugs from all this crew. Somebody call my mama, Ernest Miller. All right. Gets a big hug to Doug Dillinger. That was pretty tight. They brought in Doug Dillinger in for that bit. That's pretty sweet. All right. Here he comes. Sparklers and pyro. Bro, yeah, Goldberg going to be eating some chops unless this is a quick match. We'll see what happens. Okay, Diglets, you're the wave of nostalgia is taking you over. Listen, I just don't want months of Goldberg on my TV. If it's one match in time, one moment in time, maybe it'll be okay. But, yeah. You know what? I'll never forget watching Thunder a few days before he won the title, which is when they announced the match, by the way. WCW going to WCW. And J.J. Dillon coming out and saying Hogan had to defend his title because it had been 30 days or whatever he had defended it. And just announcing that Goldberg was the one. Man, at that moment, like, shoot, man, hair on the back of my neck. I'm like, Hogan is not going to be able to escape this. And, like, him having to wrestle Scott Hall earlier in the night and then coming in and beating Hogan. I also remember when he won the U.S. title against Raven in the Ravens rules match. And you know what? No disrespect to anybody. Goldberg and Raven low-key had some fun chemistry together because Raven was like watching Goldberg take on Raven was like watching an 80s action movie where the hero, Chuck Norris or whoever is going after the one bad guy and he just sends waves of his henchmen and he's just like dropping henchmen left and right and stuff until he finally gets to him eventually. And at that point, maybe it's a little anticlimactic, but yeah, watching Goldberg take on Raven for the U.S. title in a was a lot. Yes, even flow DDT. Every match being Ravens rules. Yeah, lots of good memories there. I didn't even realize this, but I think somebody pointed it out, is that, Raven actually got to be on the WCW NWO Revenge video game cover. And I think it was just because they were putting leaders of different factions on the game because you had Hogan and Nash and Raven. And then I think Goldberg was the other guy who was on there. So nevertheless, yeah, good times. Yeah, if Seth is hurt, man, I'm telling you, if Seth is hurt, they're gonna have to do so much pivoting. But Yeah, I don't know. Not making light of either, Andrew says, but whose knee is worse? Seth or Goldberg's could be a story focal point in this match. Well, listen, even if Seth's knee is done, I mean, Goldberg's whole body is pretty much done. So I think, before at the beginning of the night, Jesse said, this is an old trope in wrestling commentary. The longer this match goes, the more it goes in the favor of XYZ. And yeah, Goldberg, even when he was a young man, couldn't hang in long matches, except that one match he did with Diamond Dallas Page at Halloween Havoc 98, which most people didn't see because their feed got cut. But I showed it free on Nitro the next night. But that match was fantastic. And low-key, I think that's the night the streak should have been broken. I think Page should have beat him that night. And that's when Page should have won his first title. But whatever. Nevertheless, revisionist history. But if Seth is legit hurt, one thing I will say, and it might seem a little tasteless to do a bunch of fantasy booking and stuff when we don't know how he's hurt or not. Obviously, our baseline is we hope he's okay because, I mean, Seth's a good dude, and like we don't want anybody to intentionally be injured to be off TV. But if he is out, one good compliment I will give WWE is that they have been training us for months that there are interweaving conflicts and feuds in the main event scene. So while CM Punk was chasing down Seth Rollins, on the one hand, on the heel side, you've got Braun and Bronson who are still there, who could step up a little bit. You've got you could turn someone heel if you wanted to. I'm really looking forward to getting a Super Chat Championship. Absolutely. I can't wait for it to look retro and, really look on theme with my channel. I'm very much looking forward to it for sure. Okay. Lillian Garcia here for the vibes and the memories. She is ageless. And I got to admit, Goldberg doesn't look super old from the waist up. He does kind of look a little 2004 Goldberg to me. Maybe 2016. If Seth's injury, like we will find out by the end of the night. We'll find out in the next 20 minutes or so. The heavyweight world super chat title, dude. Yes, my brother. Oh yeah. We're going to have this thing. We'll find out whether Seth's really injured or not, I think, before the end of the night. And if he's not injured, then we're all good. If he is, yeah, I'm sure that's gonna end up changing some plans for SummerSlam. Thankfully, he doesn't have anything in place yet. So, they're saying he is legit hurt. Well, we'll find out. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll have to get a coalition watch along. We've talked about doing that before. We'll see if the old internets can back it up for us. It would be fun to do one time. All right. Ring that bell. Are they chanting "You tapped out" still at Gunther? All right. Don't blink, everybody. We'll see what kind of Goldberg match we're going to get. Are we going to get a Lesnar style match? Or are we going to get a Gunther style match? Charles Robinson, Lil Nate. First move of spear, watch. Yeah. Okay, we got a lockup. Oh boy. Well, collar and elbow tie up. Yeah, I think Goldberg's knees are done. He didn't throw anything into that. Whew, my goodness. Shoulder block from Goldberg. Gunther definitely taking a shot. So they're going a slow pace here. Man, I was with you, Three Diglets. I thought we were going to get the microwave style Goldberg match, but looks like he's going to be a little ginger with it. Oh, just a stiff chop from Goldberg, and Goldberg doesn't sell it. All right, do it again. Well, I'm glad Gunther's not intimidated. Andrew, I don't know. I don't think he can. Clothesline by Goldberg. It bothers me how ginger Goldberg seems to be on his feet. You haven't noticed he's not really planting his feet down a lot, and he's not putting a lot of proverbial stank on his throws. Yeah, I'm not super excited about that. I can't believe we're already at the main event though. This really flew by. I feel like the show started off briefly slow, but then that was it. I have to feel like, is he going to try to go? Try to go for a jackhammer already, but no. Kick to the leg by Gunther. I have to feel like Michael Cole would tell us if Seth was taken to a hospital yet, though. Also, no match commentary from Jesse Ventura tonight. All right, Goldberg up. He's going to throw him off the top. He's gearing up for a spear. We're going to be there already. Nope. Gunther bails swiftly. All right, Goldberg heading outside the ring. I know every man, every performer wants to try to go out on their own terms, but there's something about Goldberg and his frailty now when he was known for his stiffness and intensity is a little tough to watch. It's not terrible, but it does feel like the crowd is just waiting for a thing to happen. Oh! Well, Goldberg went for a spear and took out a barricade, and Gunther now has an opportunity. Wow. Okay. Finally, Goldberg threw a little something into one of his moves and took out a barricade. So I guess we are going to get a storytelling match. I wonder if this was a little bit of a pivot as well, I wonder if part of that is calling on the fly because of Seth. We'll have to see. Let's see. We'll have to see what happens. I'm going to see if man, we'll see. Yeah, there's no confirmed information about Seth. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Well, yeah, there is no confirmed information that I can see about Seth yet, which might be a good sign, honestly. It could be a sign that it is a work, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because, yeah, I mean, playing it out, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just the way that all carried out, right? And then with LA Knight and yeah, I don't know. Because here's the thing. When there is a fake yeah, it is way past 3 minutes. That's true. When there is a faking of an injury, of a legitimate injury, for storytelling purposes, Yeah, not like and not like, they're writing someone off TV for a while, but if they're actually treating it like there's a real thing happening, I'm not a big fan of that. Buff Bagwell did that a little bit after he broke his neck in WCW. I mean, it wasn't Buff's decision, I don't think. That happened with Buff Bagwell. Happened with Bryan Danielson in AEW once or twice with him like faking seizures in the ring and stuff. I hated that. And so, yeah, I'm just waiting to see what this is going to be. And I don't know what this commercial is an ad for, though. It seems creepy, though. I'll tell you that. Just a bunch of shots of an empty house, a creepy looking empty house. Something under the baseboards, under the floorboards in the crawl space. Oh, John Gacy. Ugh. Serial killer. Interesting. All right, we coming back to the show? Should be time. All right. Hopefully no more commercial breaks, and we'll see through the end of the show. Okay. Gunther working the knee of Goldberg. So Gunther is getting a real match out of Goldberg. So that's something that's happening. All right. Man, I hope Seth's okay. Goldberg chants. Gunther throwing chops. Goldberg throwing chops. Oh, man. And Goldberg falls down. That knee buckles. We'll see what he's got left at the tank. If Goldberg came out. Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever see another Goldberg sighting again, but that was a special time. Okay. Oh, spine buster by Goldberg. Finally, a big power move. Still fighting to stand on his feet, though. Goldberg with the Roman candles. Great stuff. And it wasn't Goldberg, but back when Jericho was trying to call out Goldberg in WCW, he also had a small Goldberg come out at like a Halloween Havoc or a Fall Brawl one time and claiming that he beat Goldberg. That was always a pretty funny spot, too. He was wearing a toy belt, too. It's funny stuff. It's interesting. Like Goldberg's either doing a really good job selling the knee, or he's just his knee is just that bad. It's probably a little column A, a little column B, if I'm being honest. But Gunther now got him. Oh no, backdrop. Thought we were going to get a power bomb. All right, Goldberg looks like he wants to set up for a spear. Oh no, not little Nate. Charles Robinson has been speared. We've got no ref. And here comes Goldberg and Gunther. Goldberg goes for the spear, misses Gunther, and takes out the ref. Now Gunther going right after that knee. Diglets, that would be wild if they still went through with the plan. If Seth was in any way still actually injured and they still went through with the plan and brought him out, assuming that's the plan, of course, we don't know that, but if it is, man, that would be wild. All right. Gunther trying to take the knee brace off of Goldberg so he can do more damage to that bad knee. And now no knee brace for Goldberg. Holding up that knee brace and posing with it. Is he going to beat him with it? Charles Robinson, nowhere to be seen. I legit do, like, if Seth does a run-in, if that faction does a run-in, I want to see Braun Breaker hit a spear on Goldberg. Like, you got to give me that, Bill, before you retire. To pass the torch of the spear down to Braun Breaker, I would be there all day long for that. Steve Austin did rock a knee brace better than anybody, man. You're absolutely right about that. Became synonymous with his gear, man. Dude, Charles Robinson, yeah, absolutely. If we're exactly Hall of Fame. Oh, now he's trash talking Gage. Please don't get Gage involved in this, man. We already saw one kid get Gage. Is Gunther going to have to sell a spear from Gage Goldberg? But yes, Charles Robinson creating a year's worth of ref bumps. Hall of Fame for Lil Nate. If they start putting refs in there, he's got to be ref number one. All right, Gunther waiting. Goldberg waiting. Now he caught a spear, and I got to admit that spear was a little old, but he hit it. He hit the spear, and now he's calling for Gunther, calling for the jackhammer. But there's still no ref. Can he get him up? Say a prayer for Gunther, everybody. All right, he's got him up. Jackhammer, clean jackhammer. Thank goodness. Here comes a ref. There's a ref. There's an official running down. We have a new official in the ring now. 1, 2, only 2, 2.99. Oh, man, oh, man. So close. We were so close. Oh, man. This is wild. Well, this crowd is on its feet. Say whatever you want about Goldberg and Gunther. This crowd is on its feet. Goldberg is not on his feet, though. He's having a hard time standing. Oh, he's got him locked in that sleeper right in the middle of the ring. Legs wrapped around him. The sleeper that put out Jey Uso. Will he make Goldberg tap or make him pass out? Got to be careful because Goldberg could also legit pass out. But he's fighting him back, using that strength to pry open Gunther's hands. He's going to have to get to the ropes. I don't think he's got enough energy to fight him out of it. Goldberg chants coming in from Atlanta. Oh, Gunther retains. Wow. Goldberg passes out to the sleeper, and Gunther retires Goldberg. Now, do we get any extra match shenanigans? That is the question. And what I'm curious about is, were we going to get that? Goldberg wakes up now, realizing that he lost. Looks a little confused. And that's a wild way for Saturday night's main event to go off the air. The nostalgia got you. But you know what? That's what wrestling is supposed to do, Diglets. It is supposed to do that. It's supposed to make you believe again for a minute. And that's when wrestling's at its best. Like those moments of hope and those moments of is he really going to do it? Like those are the best moments. It reminds me of one of my favorite movies, The Prestige. At the end of the film, Hugh Jackman is talking about, it was never about having the better trick. It was about seeing the look on the faces of the people and just having them believe just for a second that what you were doing was something incredible. And so anyways, what's interesting to me is that, they didn't go off the air. They just went to commercial. And so are we getting more time are we just getting a recap to say goodnight to the show? That's what I want to know.
For just $1 more, you can make it a Happy Gilmore meal and get it.
Huh. Well, I ended up 2-2 as well. And yeah, so I called solo in LA Knight, but I missed on Goldberg and Randy Orton. Shooter McGavin in a Subway commercial. Oh, they got the Happy Gilmore 2 cups. You know what? I actually kind of miss movie tie-ins with fast food places having special glasses or cups about a movie. I used to love that stuff, man. Okay, so we'll see how the show ends because we're coming up on the hour right now. But we didn't get, executive producer Paul Levesque, Lee Fitting. So, yeah, I'm curious. What we might possibly have left. I do not know what the future is going to hold here on this one. Yes, Three Digless, that was the final match, but they didn't go off the air. They didn't end the show. So unless they're going to come back and do some kind of, these were the results of all the matches, which is a weird thing to do. Highly retro to do. They used to do that on the old Saturday Night's main events, but I'm very curious what we'll do when we come back from the break. So we'll find out. It's time. Georgia film. Wait a minute. Is that it? Oh, there's a interview with Goldberg here, surrounded by his family and friends. Yeah, he's getting a goodbye segment.
I just gotta say, I cannot thank you.
Oh, don't cut him off. It's Peacock, for goodness sake. Just keep it running. Oh, man. That's cold. He absolutely wasn't done yet. But TV is a cold game. Well, hopefully WWE, I think they'll do right by Goldberg. They'll probably upload the rest of that speech. I'm sure he wasn't done. They'll probably upload the rest of that to his YouTube page or to their Twitter account or something so people can see that. But wow, a surprise and it being ordinary. You've got to wonder. Yeah. Echo that, Three Diglets. Thank you, Goldberg, for, an exciting career, a bottle rocket of a career. Fast and furious, and just brutal and noisy in a way, and that's the way he wrestled, man. And so I'm glad he got his final match. I'm glad that Gunther also wasn't really, made to look bad in that match either. I have to wonder with everything with Seth if that was always the plan. So I guess we'll just see what they say on Monday. If Seth is still good to go or if he's going to be out of action for a little while. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds. But it has been a great day for wrestling, and we have more tomorrow with Evolution. So if you guys are free and you want to watch Evolution with me or with A&B, we're going to be here going live for Evolution as well. So thank you guys so much for being a part of Marked by Wrestling, watching Saturday night's main event. And pray for Seth, and hopefully Goldberg gets all the flowers he deserves. And tomorrow Evolution, Monday Raw, Tuesday NXT. We keep on going until we unlock those memberships for you guys. Chris and that Super Chat Championship, and only bigger and better things to come. So thank you guys so much for rocking with me tonight, and I will see you guys again tomorrow for Evolution. Take care of yourselves. Don't forget to be a mark, because as we enjoyed it tonight in the main event, Marking out was just believing. Believing always makes wrestling better. All right, guys. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.